September and Shadow Trilogy, Number 2. Written by Amy Shojai. Narrated by Amy Shojai. Fight or Flight, a September Day and Shadow Thriller, Number 4. Written by Amy Shojai. Narrated by Amy Shojai. Part 1. Born to Love, February. Chapter 1. The flash flood swirled Shadow down, and scraped him head over paws against the muddy bottom before thrusting him up in a stomach-wrenching rush. He gasped, and his yelp became a strangled gargle when the water smothered his cry. Deafened by the roar, scent blinded and sight dimmed, Shadow struggled to tell down from up, wind from flood. Forelegs churned the water to dingy froth, and he struggled to keep his black shepherd's muzzle above the surface. The night's frigid air set fire to his flayed cheek. It would be easy to give up and let the torrent take him and erase his pain, but Shadow had to return to his family, to his boy, and to September, especially to September, his person. She needed him, and he needed her. He gasped and snatched another 2 breaths while he could, without wasting further air on fruitless wails. Shadow timed gasp to match the roller coaster surge that swept him along before he fetched up hard against a floating tree. Shadow yelped when the trunk caught his tender middle, where the boy thief had kicked him. He thrashed and managed to scrabble a toehold across one limb. Weakened by his recent battle with the bad man and now the wicked current, Shadow couldn't pull his 80-plus weight any higher. He clung to the limb while the flood snatched at a good dog's fur and tried to swallow him whole. Neither the sting of his scraped cheek, fire on his neck, nor his throbbing gut could compare to the empty ache inside. He'd left his family behind, without a good dog to protect them. The bad man could return to hurt them. September couldn't protect Stephen or even herself, not without Shadow by her side. On the bank ahead, Shadow spied a car. He barked for help. Cars meant people, and people helped good dogs. But the water's roar swept his cry away. He barked with anguished frustration when the women stared back at him without any offer to help. Shadow caught a whiff of their scent, which shouted names louder than any human scream: Robin Gillette and Sonny Babcock, before the tree floated him out of sight. The tree he rode caught on something below the water's surface and spun in slow circles in the current. Shadow managed to lunge enough to pull himself onto the trunk. When the tree's underwater anchor let go, Shadow crouched and braced himself against a thick, upright limb, but after only a short distance, it thumped into a metal dumpster, tumbled about by the twisty black cloud. Shadow stiffened, sniffed cautiously, but detected no sign of the hated boy thief, just stale garbage and animal stink. Shadow waited another heartbeat, but his perch didn't move any closer to the bank. So he levered himself upright and took slow, shaky steps. The tree dipped, and the overhead limb slammed the metal box with clanging blows until it broke. Loss of the limb spun the trunk and spilled Shadow back into the cold water. Energy spent, only the thought of September spurred him to flounder and hook one foreleg across the bobbing tree. His eyes half closed as he floated helpless in the chill water, and yearned for a home that seemed a world away. Chapter 2. Leah Corazon squinted at the clouds muddying the North Texas horizon.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?